So I sit down to eat my apple, and man, it just never stops. I don't know if I can get a shot of this, but running out from underneath this tree right here. Well, spiderweb's kind of in my way. It's a little too dark. There she comes out, but you can't see the waterfall itself. Looks like it's going to be too dark. Yeah, we tried. Came right down the bank right there. Across that rock. Down around here, quick little pole vault across this area. Tested out the new walking stick, worked great for that. Okay. Somebody left camp in a hurry. Left their tent. Over here, they had their little fire. Got a snail finishing off what was left in the pan. Mr. Snail says thank you. I think we got a pretty neat spot in the river over here. I'm going to amble on over to and see if we can get a shot. Standing on a log, so things are going to be a little shaky. Man, farther up the hill you get, better the scenery. That's a nice one right here. Really like this one. Try to do it some justice, but probably not going to happen. And then as we're looking around, what do we discover? Wait, let me zoom in on that for you. Holy cow! Them are wild strawberries, ladies and gentlemen. Compliments of the Smoky Mountain National Forest. Here's the other side of that little island I just showed you. We got her set up on the tripod now, so we'll take a walk down there and see how this tripod works out. Give a little glance what it looks like upstream. There's the high side. Whoop, getting a lot of control there. Gets a little dark up in there, but let's see what our zoom will do for us. Kind of see where everything's coming from. Just spun it back around. I'll see if I can keep from getting myself wet. Give you a little perspective as to exactly what we're looking at here. That should do it. Okay, I'm off to see if I can stay dry. Yeah, we'll give you a little view of where and why I stopped. The woods are looking a little formidable. These are the typical rocks around here. That sucker probably sticking 6 feet in the air. Where'd he go? There he is. If you was to stand down there and try to reach up on top of it, you wouldn't reach it. I'm standing on top of a pretty good one right now. As you can see, the trail gets a little ugly. Oh hey, I was zoomed in. Let me zoom out there. And this bank on the opposite side of the little river here is about as evil as any bank I've ever attempted, so I'm not going to attempt it. I guess the best way, if you really wanted to get farther up the river, would be to get right down in the water and trudge on. But we're going to head back now. I don't know what time it is. I'll take a little look here. Let's see. Have a little break. 10:30. So we'll take a little break here and head back down the hill. Alright. A little shot of your National Park Service money going to work for you. I don't know how long this has been here. I'm going to guess quite a while. It's on some of my really older topographical maps. They date back to the 30s, so pretty good chance that she's been here a while. Well, kids, here's another one of them walls. This one's standing up pretty high, though. I find it hard to believe this is a natural occurrence. Over here, it's part of another wall. It runs right along the river. What really caught my eye first, though, was another rock wall here. Maybe we'll go over and take a look at that. Another little shot of your rock wall here. It goes down there quite a little ways. We got some pretty good rapids coming up. I'm going to try to get on the other side and see if we can't get some shots of them. Right up close and personal with that rock wall now. Maybe give you a little more idea how big she is. Damn near wide enough to walk across the top. Well, it is wide enough to walk across the top. Let's step back here. I can see up in there a little better than you can probably, but right there's the hole that it's all coming out of down below. So then I turn ever so slightly to my right, and what do I find? More of this rock wall stuff. I wonder if this was a rock wall building area. I have to ask some questions about that. Well, you guessed it. Another rock wall. This one's kind of unique though, or I wouldn't have stopped and took a picture because I'm sick of taking pictures of rock walls. But you can see down this one quite a ways. As I got to looking at the sizes of these rocks, I thought to myself, holy cow, I don't think I could move one of them. Old boy been doing that ever since I walked up on him. Had time to get the camera out and everything. He ain't dizzy, he will be when he's done. See if we can make it around him without disturbing him. Look there, I found me a 2-track. Got a feeling there's a way to get there from the road. This trailhead, it looks like. Comes up here and kind of dead ends. We're going to head off on in that direction. According to our little sign here, that'll take us to T. McCarter Barn. Get out of the way for you. There we go. Okay, let's go see the barn. Okay, here we are at the one Mr. Tyson McCarter place, built around 1876. I want you to know that not only did Mr. Carter do a wonderful job of building his establishment here, but he spent a fair amount of time putting up rock walls too. We got that's a small one compared to some of Mr. McCarter's work. Got a pretty good sized one over here. Mr. McCarter was apparently not afraid to do a little something. I'll probably learn a little lesson from him. He's got a couple rooms here. It's going to get kind of dark. I don't know what we're going to see. Wild animals probably. We'll just stay right out of there. He's got himself a little corral area, I guess you would call it. Not sure what old Tyson had this room for, but well built, been around a long time. We'll take a quick trip around her here. There's such a thing. Got a little shed here attached to the back. Little corral area. And that's about all we got. Well, we might as well show you the last side. Not really the last side, but the back side. And here's some more Mr. McCarter's handiwork on the rock wall business. Really enjoyed his rock wall, probably more than I would have. Plus it had some really good function to it that I'm not understanding. Okay, we'll trudge down the trail a little farther and see which way our GPS points us to get back to the road and start on that journey. And on down the trail a little farther, it looks like Mr. McCarthy might have had a outhouse or two. I don't mean the kind that you know, use for that, but just an outbuilding. Okay, let's call it an outbuilding. And I can't help but notice there's three nice piles of excuse me, of rocks. Almost like the corners of a foundation. There's one. We got one through the trees here that we're going to go take a little closer look at. That one may even be a fireplace. And we got another one right here. Pretty good cornerstone, if you will. So I'm not exactly sure what Mr. McCarthy had going on here, but it's definitely interesting. Well, I damn near stepped on a turkey getting down here, and I want to tell you, a man with fainter of heart probably would have died from it. Like just scared me half to death. Probably within about 6 feet of him when he decided to take off. Can't get no picture of him. Turkeys move pretty fast through the woods, and once you got it, you also got to recover from the initial shock of him scaring you half to death. Yeah, he's pretty well gone. Well, here's the taller one that I thought maybe could be a old fireplace, and I'm still not going to rule that out, but she's kind of falling down. Okay, I'll have to be frightened by more turkeys, I guess. Oh, there he is. There he is. Just a minute, we might get him yet. Yeah, there's the scarer of scarers. Okay, got our turkey shot. And let's meander on the trail a little bit farther. Looks like it's kind of leading us to the road. We'll see how that works out. Okay. A little calmer trickle right here. We're in another ravine down on the other side of Mr. McCarthy. I guess we would call this Mr. McCarthy's front yard. Sure would like to be on Mr. McCarthy. Except when it comes to the rock wall building. Don't want no part of that.